Engineering! Each show we're going to introduce you to three geniuses whose ideas have quite literally built the world. We put all their epic brilliance to the test. Hit it! And we tackle our own genius monster build. Don't you dare to want to sing! Going higher. Why is it swinging? Faster! Oh no! All in the name of science. That is a massive piece of construction. What could possibly go wrong? On this show, we're dodging. All right, you fighter. Ducking. For the camera. And defending. Help! Because we're under attack. This is absolute genius! Throughout history, we've needed to defend ourselves against the who've helped keep us out of danger. For as long as we've walked the earth, people have found things to fight about. Arguments over land, water, and even ideas can all end up in, well, a punch-up, basically. And as we've got better at launching attacks, engineers have had to come up with smarter and smarter ways of keeping the baddies at bay. Let's start back in a time when knights were bold and damsels always seemed to be in distress. Life in the Middle Ages was a pretty dodgy affair. Yeah, it was. There were loads of warring armies and bandits, which meant that staying out of danger. So what better way to stay safe than through the work of our first genius? Please welcome castle builder extraordinaire, James of St. George. Aaron Roberts is a medieval history castle, and the man who built it isn't worth knowing. Why is this castle so significant to James of St. George?
Well, this is his last castle in Wales. He built a number in Wales and a few in Scotland as well, but this is the last one, the greatest in terms of its scale.
When the warring armies came along, how difficult would it have been for them to storm this castle?
Well, as you can see, we've got two massive curtain walls in front of us, designed to keep people out.
This incredible castle is fortified to the max. Anyone who wanted to storm this place would have faced no fewer than 14 separate obstacles. But it's never been put to the test until now.
There's only one way to find out whether James of St. George's genius defences were the real deal.
It's time for a Dick versus Dom castle conquering challenge. I'm sticking with Erin, who's giving me the inside track on James of St. George's finest creation, while I'm on the attack.
Right. That castle is under siege. I have to remember how to pray.
What was it about the moats that made it so difficult to cross?
So the moat's the first line of defence. As you can see, it's pretty wide. It would have been up to a man's chest. Things down at you, shooting at you. It's going to be pretty difficult to get over.
Okay, right, what's the next one?
Don't go, I'm about to siege. I'm going to attack you.
Oh. If Dom does eventually make it across that moat, he'll come face to face with these huge 12-metre-high stone walls. Right, I'm out on your heels. But not before I've stepped into something a little, well, less comfortable. He's going to be terrified when he sees me.
We're pretty high up. Why is this a good defence?
So we're on top of the inner ward. If you remember, there was the moat, then there's the outer ward, but in between the inner and outer ward, we've got this area of grass here. people have been throwing things down at you, firing arrows at you. It wouldn't have been a nice place to be.
King Dicky, I'm coming for you! We've got just the thing to dampen the enthusiasm of troublemakers. Water bombs.
Close. You fighter.
Hey!
Miss again.
Some of that.
Miss. Oh, Dicky.
You, sir, are French toast.
Come on, I'm invading your castle.
We're getting the range, we're getting the range.
All right.
He's getting off really lightly, but of course in the medieval period, we'd be shooting arrows at him, throwing boiling water on him.
Your chainmail is all soggy now, monsieur.
Right, that's it. I'm trying another way in. Whatever. Around the other side of the inner ward is the South Gate Passage. It's one of only 2 routes into the heart of the castle. And there's certainly no welcome mat here.
You'd have had to get through a big wooden door to get into this area. You'd have had to get past a portcullis.
What's a portcullis?
Portcullis is a big iron gate, and there's 2 in here, one on the front and one towards the back end. You can see this is the groove where it would have fallen down. And then above us, there were murder holes.
Don't understand them.
So murder holes were kind of spaces where people would throw down boiling water, stones, and then just behind you we have arrow slits. They're quite narrow in the front, but they're wider inside, and there'd been room.
You get melted, you get an arrow in the head as well.
And you're trapped as well.
Oh.
You're not getting any further.
Don't like this place, let's move on.
It doesn't scare me.
Get me castle back.
Right, that's it, I admit. It's terrifying. It's a naughty castle and I can't go. Haha, he's legged it. It's victory for engineering.
Thank goodness that's all over.
Why was it heavy?
That was just ridiculous, wasn't it? But anyway, the point has been proved that I could not enter your castle.
No, I am the king of the castle.
No, 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 no. C'est moi. I am the king of the castles.
Engineering against attack isn't always about the design of the building.
No, it's also about the materials that you use to build it.
Yeah, since the 19th century, one genius material has withstood bombs, bullets and blasts more than any other material.
Introducing reinforced concrete and its inventor, Monsieur Joseph Monnier.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Concrete lover.
It's a concrete kisser.
We love concrete, we do.
Frenchman, Joseph Monnier, was a keen gardener with a big problem. The clay pots that he used to hold his plants would often break.
Oh, no.
Needing something stronger, he put a layer of iron mesh inside cement. Monnier's new material was much tougher to smash, and it wasn't long before he realised its potential for
But it was during World War II that Monnier's genius idea came into full force.
Yeah, the British and the Germans were making massive use of reinforced concrete. They were using it to build barriers, bunkers and other defensive buildings.
The biggest and the best of the lot was this.
This huge dome is called La Coupole. During the Second World War, this site in northern France was used by the German army to store and launch V-2 rockets. This made it a massive target for Allied attacks. But nowadays, it's kept as a museum. And genius helper Cyril Delattre is going to show us around.
Right, we're in the top of the building, but what was this dome used for?
Actually, this dome is very special. What is very important is what is under our feet, actually, the preparation room for the rockets. It needed to be protected, so they needed to protect what is underground.
Ah, so this is like basically a giant umbrella.
It is a
Big
giant
concrete umbrella.
Definitely. And it's, as you can see, very much reinforced. You can see up there these big bars of metal crisscross.
It's like a giant shreddy. I mean, so this would go like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, all the way up.
In total, the Germans used about 55,000 tons of concrete here. The reinforced dome is 5 meters thick, which gave the builders a real headache when it came to fitting the museum's fire exits.
It took almost 10 months just to dig this small exit.
What? But that's the same amount of time as it took the Germans to build the whole building.
Definitely. That gives you a good clue of the efficiency of the construction.
So why did it take so long to dig through, what is it, 5 meters?
Well, yes, 5 meters, but you must think of the resistance of the concrete in itself and the reinforcements. You can see it's everywhere.
Reinforced concrete is clearly no soft touch. But why exactly is it so resistant to attack? In case you haven't noticed, we're not engineers. Hey! Oh, what? So it's a good job we have superstar engineer Yewande to call on when structures get us scratching our heads.
Yewande, what have you got in there?
I've got cake mixture in here.
Of course you have. Why have you got cake mixture? We're here to talk about reinforced concrete.
Yes, but you know what? Cake and concrete actually have a lot in common.
You rock cake.
What is this? What is that?
This is plastic. It's baking mesh.
Now this is like the reinforcement, the iron or the steel, right? It is able to withstand bending forces. Cake mixture is able to actually
shatter when hit. Add in the flexible strength of steel and voila! You have one mega strong material.
Joseph Monnier, that was his genius. He combined 2 different materials with 2 different physical properties to create one material that is stronger than either of the 2 materials would have been on their own.
And Yewande's come up with a little experiment to prove exactly that. One of these cakes is reinforced with layers of plastic baking mesh, and the other, well, it isn't. Here's 2 we made earlier. Now, which will survive this 6-meter drop?
1, 2, 3. Right, let's have a look.
Oh, look at that.
How about we try that one? That is intact, thanks to the reinforcement.
Point proven. Tastes blooming good. Right, put the kettle on, have a nice cup of tea.
I'll have a brew, yeah. Come on, let's have a brew.
The proof is in the pudding.
Back on the other side of the English Channel, Cyril has arranged a special treat. A trip to the very top of La Coupelle's reinforced concrete dome.
Wow, look at the view.
Yes, it is a beautiful view. Although around here, 3,000 tons of bombs fell.
Whoa.
That was dropped by the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. One of the biggest bombs of the time, a tall boy, 5 tons, just fell 20 yards from here.
Yeah.
It should have shaped everything else, and the dome resisted because of the reinforcement.
Since the end of World War II, Monnier's genius idea has kept everything from the world's tallest buildings to the most famous bridges standing.
Joseph Monnier, you are one tough cookie.
And of course, an absolute genius.
Mwah.
Get off.
Tastes like concrete.
Still to come, we head to the seaside to build, and then attempt to knock down
My beautiful wall!
a Mahusive castle of our very own. But now, prepare yourselves for a barrage of random geniuses. This is the Great Wall of China, originally believed to stretch to an incredible 13,000 miles. Biggest defensive structure in the world. Meet Big Dog, a prototype rough terrain robot that walks, runs, climbs, and carries heavy loads. The plan is that one day soldiers will use this robotic hound to carry equipment on the battlefield. Oh, what if? No, this isn't the set of Star Wars. In fact, these fortified towers in the Thames estuary off Kent were used to defend Britain from attack during World War II. Rusty. We're in California. That's in America.
You're very clever.
And it's home to our final genius. Medieval castles and reinforced concrete bunkers were at the cutting edge of defensive engineering.
Our third genius has come up with a way to give protection from things flying at us, which is what I need right now.
Oh,
No, not baseballs. Asteroids. Let's smash it out of the park for our next genius. Megan, Brooks, Sayal.
The one and only.
Oh, hey, Don. What's going on here? Is this supposed to be me?
And who the heck are you?
Sorry, Megan. She's very rude, you know. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet a real-life genius. Look, come in here. Come and meet the other one. Oh, rubbish. Absolutely useless. Right, I've got a friend for you.
Oh, hi, Megan.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What is it about playing baseball, then, that ties in with your genius idea?
Well, baseball is a really useful way to wonder from asteroids. So in the future, an asteroid might be coming right at the Earth, just like the baseballs are coming right at you.
Ah, that's the asteroid, right.
And we need a way to deflect the asteroid off course from the Earth, just like you're using the bat.
But that's not actually a real threat, is it? An asteroid hitting planet Earth.
Actually, there's many thousands of asteroids out there, undiscovered, and some of them will be likely to hit us in the future. We just don't know when.
NASA estimate nearly asteroids can be classified as near-Earth objects, but hardly any of those will actually make it all the way to Earth.
Most are small and burn up in the Earth's upper. Every once in a while, one comes a little too close for comfort.
In 2013, this 20-meter wide meteor exploded in the skies above Russia.
This amazing footage from mobile phones and security cameras shows just how powerful the blast was.
At this high-tech US government facility, Megan and her colleagues are working to defend our planet against future threats from space.
Looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Megan, we've been in some labs before, but this looks like the daddy of all labs. What goes on in here?
We're hoping to learn more about how these asteroids will respond to the ways in which we're likely to try to deflect them. So in here we'll be using a laser. We fire that laser at the meteorite samples. We have some really sophisticated looking in at the target as it's being zapped. We'll watch how that meteorite responds to the laser.
So let's say in hundreds of thousands of years' time, a meteorite is coming towards Earth. What would you do?
So if an asteroid really were going to threaten the Earth, there's two main techniques we would use. The first, called a kinetic impactor, is very straightforward. A spacecraft would just crash into it at high speed.
What?
Dump all of its momentum into the asteroid. So just be nudged off course with Earth.
Plan A. Fire an unmanned rocket and knock the meteor off course.
Second option, and we need to use this for somewhat larger asteroids or asteroids where we don't have a lot of warning time, you could use a nuclear explosion that we would be deployed some distance from the surface of the asteroid. We hopefully deflect it.
Plan B, blow up a massive bomb and send the meteor flying. That's it, get it out of here.
For your genius idea to protect planet Earth from an asteroid attack.
Megan Buck-Sile, you are an absolute genius.
You don't look like me.
You don't look like me.
Oh.
Now get out of my lab.
From the medieval castle to the very latest in planet-saving technology.
We've seen how some truly genius engineering has kept people safe from the threat of attack.
Now then, we're going to have a go at building
And attempting to demolish
our very own castle.
Castle. And where better place to build a castle than here at the seaside.
But if we're going to build a castle out of sand, then it needs to be big. Really big.
And for that, we need the help of an expert. Not you.
Sir Mark Anderson.
He's built everything you can possibly imagine, and all out of sand taken straight from the local beach.
I've got a monster build genius challenge, which is to build a humongous sandcastle.
Yeah, and I'm going to flatten it.
Are you?
Squash it to the ground.
Oh, you're not, so I'm going to reinforce it. And make it nice and strong so you can't flatten it.
Yeah, you think.
All right, look, we need some inspiration.
Around, see if there's anything that we can inspire you with, and we're going to the sandpit, make a mock-up, and then see how where we're going.
Sandcastles, amazing. So while I'm busy planning my castle, it's the tallest one here.
It is, yeah, 5 meters.
I'm working out how to reduce it to rubble.
So you just mix the sand with some water, get a nice big handful of that.
Dream job this. So you and your team are going to go and construct the real thing now, yeah?
We are.
And I'll come back later when you're nearly done and have the finishing touches.
Many hours later, and at our beach building site, Mark and I are almost done. Straight round the front, but round the back, there's some tissue sticking out. What's this?
Well, this is one of the ways of reinforcing concrete, so we thought we'd give it a go with the sand.
So we've learned all about reinforced concrete. This is reinforced sand, folks, right here.
Okay.
I don't care how reinforced it's going to be, because I've got watermelons.
I reckon it's going to take more than melons to knock this beauty down. James of St. George would be proud. The castle wall is 2 meters tall and almost a meter thick. And safely behind it, my magnificent Trojan pig. In total, this truly monster build weighs more than 20 tons. Dick, you may take my castle, but you'll never take my pig. Here's how it's going to work. Mark and I, well, just Mark really, has lovingly sculpted my Trojan sand pig. It's reinforced with layers of tissue paper and protected from frontal assault by a supersized sand wall, just like castles of old. Dickie has no chance.
I wouldn't be so sure. Just wait till you see the awesome selection of weapons I've got to choose from.
Let battle commence.
Come on, go and get my pig.
Anyone for tennis?
Straight up. Oh! Making a bit of damage is a good start.
My castle's rock solid.
Look at the camera!
It's advantage Dick.
Rock solid.
Here it comes.
What then?
70-mile-an-hour tennis balls. Scary for me, but no problem for them all.
I'm running out of balls.
My castle is still intact. But what about my prize porker? My beautiful pig. It hit the swine on the backside. But as far as the only other damage is concerned, nothing. My pig is in place.
Yes, I may have lost the battle, but I haven't lost the war. Slice a melon, Dom.
It's melon time.
This honeydew's coming to you.
Oi! That's my turret! Yes!
Oi, you put that honeydew away.
Yes! Right in the window!
These beauties are doing way more damage. Back of the net.
Now for the pig.
Pig hitter!
No!
Oof!
Has that hit my pig?
It's a honeydew blitz.
It's actually really tough to damage. Look. See? Has that hit my pig? No, it's not hit my pig.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Right, time for a big one.
Yep.
These watermelons are more than twice the weight of the honeydews.
No. But my oinker has yet to take a direct hit. He's got a new technique, folks.
Yes! I did! At last, I've found my range. That castle is firmly in my sight. But alas, my watermelons can't weasel their way through Dom's defences. Time for a change of tack.
It's melting. My castle is melting like it's made of wax.
This high-pressure washer could strip paint off a shed.
Ignite!
And it's really doing the trick.
I water's my first line of defense. I don't care what he does or anything outside.
Don't be so cocky. I'm going in.
Pops out the other side. My oinker's getting wet.
Pig, I'm nearly the pig.
This is hogwash. I'm defending it. You can't get my pig wet.
Right,
had enough. It's not working. There's more on me than I'm destroying the castle. There's only one thing for it.
Is you finished? That's it. Look at that! My pig's still intact. A little bit damp around the edges, but it doesn't matter. I have got an indestructible hog.
You have left me no option. You, sir, and your pig have brought this on yourselves.
It's a beauty.
Pig, we are coming to get ya.
This is a British Scorpion tank. 8 tons of tracked fury.
You don't need melons. You don't need tennis balls. You just need a tank.
It's designed to move across virtually any terrain, sand included.
So, here we go!
Okay, don't you dare demolish things!
What? Whoa! Get in! Stop! Is that smash to pieces? That's how you demolish a castle.
Ruined! Ruined!
Well, that's the castle accounted for.
Don't you worry. And everything's fine, you'll be fine.
Now your porkers for the chop.
Here we go! Come on, pig! Leave our tank alone! Stop the pig! Stop the pig! Good! Don't you dare! Goodbye, pig! Goodbye, pig! Bye, pig! Yeah!
You've knocked his head off!
Mission complete!
Victory! Even my super strong swine is no match for a tank. So he's made the right thing to do with that one. Hey. Well, better go and get bucket and spade and start again.
We've seen how some nifty engineering has come up with brilliant defensive ideas.
Thanks to these 3 geniuses, we are now relatively safe from the threat of attack.
Unless your house is built out of sand and it's being driven over by a tank. James of St. George, Monnier and Brooks Dial, you are all absolute genius.
Smashing work, fellas. Now then, let's have a paddle.